It's Madden NFL24, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running back, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Here's the punter, Trenton Gill, now to do the honors, and off we go here at Soldier Field. And he returns this to the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Third down and 1. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Jones has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Again, it's Lawrence. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Travis Etienne out of the backfield, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing again on 2nd down. This time it's incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. And what I like about it is that you actually continue to play.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, 54 yards. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. Fielded just outside the goal line. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Jamal Agnew. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Jags have taken the lead here in this third quarter. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 10-7.
do our thing. Let's do our thing.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Devon Hamilton. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. Able to find Kmet. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and 1. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. Fields. And again back to Kmet. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's 2nd down. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range. But the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
Here's 1st and goal. All eyes on Fields. This is caught. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Second and goal from the 1. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left. And a field goal would send us to overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. On the return, here's Tyler Scott. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chicago offense set to get started.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give left side here for Herbert.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
First throw in overtime by Fields.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
To throw is Fields.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Herbert powering up the middle, and that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds.
A loss of 1 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 17.
2. We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Fields now to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On the draw, here's Lawrence.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now we'll see what Lawrence can do in overtime. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, if that's on target, this game's over. He let him just a little bit too much. And if they don't go on to win this one, that's a play that will be discussed around the city and on talk shows all week long.
Here's Logan Cook now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now Herbert to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few 1st downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And the defense here giving him no recourse but to get out of bounds after a gain of just a yard.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Back to throw, Fields.
And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here comes the Bears punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Able to slither by. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their 1st drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now, because they've eased into overtime. That 1st series, boy, everything on the line then.
Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. On the counter, Etienne. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. Dances by him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end, but that kick puts the exclamation mark on it. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used